Hi and welcome to Coach Jude at Randy Toto. Today I'm going to be talking about exercise while I go for a walk. But don't worry, I'm not going to be telling you to spend your life in the gym. I'm also experimenting with a new format today, which I'm calling Coach Jude's Briefs. These are going to be shorter and snappier. Let me know which format you prefer. So thank you for joining me in this beautiful setting. Isn't it just gorgeous? So today I'm asking, in my best Monty Python voice, the question, what has exercise ever done for us? Now, we all know that exercise is really healthy. However, for many of us, and I used to include myself in that number, it isn't sufficient to get us going. The last thing though I want you to do is beat yourself up. That's never productive. First off, check out the link to my free comprehensive guide to how to kickstart your weight loss. And second, there are things that you can do to change your attitudes towards exercise. One thing to get straight though is it isn't your fault. Your brain's primary purpose is to protect you, and it does that by conserving energy. Your brain only wants to expend energy to search for food, a mate, shelter, or to escape from danger. So spending an hour at the gym doesn't achieve any of these things, unless of course you're checking out the new good-looking fitness instructor. So it's no wonder that you have to drag yourself there. To get into a positive exercise groove, you have to either make it fun or get really sneaky and fool the brain into thinking that this exercise is essential for your immediate survival. You also need to know when to conserve energy and when to blow it. So what has exercise ever done for us? Let's consider a few options. Exercise is essential for weight loss. So I'm delighted to say that this simply isn't true and gets a resounding no, not just from me, but from an expert in the field, Dr. Xavier Gonzalez, an associate professor in human physiology at the University at Bath. In a Zoe podcast in March 2022, he explained that diet is much more important for weight loss than exercise. But the why is the real kicker, and I quote, "For most people, it's much easier for them to consume energy than it is for them to burn energy." Was a truer word ever said? I don't think so. I know, for example, that a trip to my favourite coffee shop, I could easily consume 1,000 calories in probably less than 20 minutes. However, to burn 1,000 calories, gosh, I'd need to be out walking for at least 3 to 4 hours. So it's much easier to body swerve the coffee shop than it is to try and find an extra few hours in my day, as I'm sure it is for most of us. And let's face it, if something takes less effort, we're much more likely to succeed. And I'm all for finding ways to make this weight maintenance malarkey much easier. I've got better things to do with my time. So strength training is better for weight loss than cardio. Now, various PTs have told me this in the past, and the reason behind that is that fat burns fewer calories than muscle at rest. Now, I don't dispute this, but exactly what is the difference and how effective a strategy is it? This paper and the National Council for Strength and Fitness quote that a pound of muscle burns on average between 4.5 and 7 calories per day, whereas the National Council also quotes that fat burns between 2 and 3 calories a day. That means between a difference of 2.5 and 4 calories a day. That's not a minute, people, that's not an hour, that's in a whole day. And I just love this quote from the Live Strong website that says, if you stick to a regular strength training regime, you might expect to gain between 2 and 4 pounds of muscle over several months, and this will equate to an increase in metabolism of up to about 30 calories a day. Now, I'm not disputing the fact that strength training is essential, especially as you're getting older, because you need to preserve your muscle mass. But as a way of boosting my calorie burn, it gets a resounding no from me. I can think of far better ways and far easier ways to burn an extra 30 calories a day. Exercise makes you happy. Now this gets a resounding yes. And I know what you're thinking. You never see a smiling runner. But here the scientific evidence is overwhelming. And sometimes, yes, I don't feel as motivated as others to go out for my run or my walk. But when I come back, I always feel so much better. Now, part of this is the endorphin rush, but it's much more. Exercise helps you reduce your stress, anxiety and depression. And if you're not suffering from any of these, what are you feeling? You're feeling happy. And a new one on me, according to Kelly McGonigal, exercise increases the bonds with people, and having strong relationship and connections is an important factor in overall happiness. And going for a walk with your friends is fun and changes a should into a want. And if you want to do something, what don't you need, people? You don't need willpower. But if exercise isn't great for weight loss, why bother? Well, it helps you change your eating habits. I'm sure many of us overeat when we're stressed, anxious or unhappy. I've certainly got the t-shirt for that one. So instead of thinking of exercise as a way to increase your burn, think of it as a way to reduce your consumption. So let's wrap it up. Building exercise into your life is one of the best gifts you can give yourself. It's essential to healthy living. But if your primary goal is to lose weight and you don't have several hours to spare, then focusing on changing your eating habits is going to be far more effective. However, if you can sneak in a half-hour walk with friends, say twice a week, this will change your whole outlook on life. And if you're feeling more positive, you're much more likely to achieve your goals. And don't forget, if your eating strategy isn't delivering the results that you want, check out the link to my free comprehensive guide on how to kickstart your weight loss. As always, I thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, and please share your progress. I really love to hear from you. All the best. Until next time.